Hey everybody, this is Matt back again. I know everybody is super excited with Jordan. As usual, say hello, Mr. Jordan.
Everyone is super excited with Jordan.
They're
So
super excited.
thank you for putting it in that way, in
I
that
think
context.
I think to be fair, they listened to you in the two or three comments we've had in 5 months. They all say Jordan is the best, so no one's directly
Yes.
commented.
Hashtag Team Jordan.
Hashtag Team Jordan. Yeah, we should make up shirts to sell on our
I
non-existent website.
I think it's because they're all hoping I'm going to say something completely uh out of pocket
Out of pocket.
and
Give it
and
time. You mean
yeah.
additionally, we haven't said anything out of pocket?
Additionally,
Okay. All right, let's focus up here. So this week, everybody, we are actually doing something new. It's still obviously the same podcast. It's still movies, music, and middle age. We are going to do movies, but sort of a new twist on it. I'm going to call it a versus episode, right?
versus
Versus. And Jordan, you want to tell people what the matchup is for today?
the matchup for those of us who've been with us from the beginning. Uh, Batman '89, which we've already talked about, versus the Christian Bale Batman. Batman Begins.
Swear to me.
Swear to me.
Yeah, so we are, again, as always, everybody, right? Completely objective, no personal bias at all. We are going to do, and we have different categories, right? So it's not random. We set up different categories. We didn't talk about our responses. I have nothing planned other than the actual questions, right?
And
Jordan
I
doesn't either.
never have anything planned.
Jordan's life philosophy is just don't
I'm
plan.
winging it.
Jordan is a YOLO kind of guy. So yes, we're going to talk about basically the matchup would be the Tim Burton Batman movies. Doesn't necessarily need to be the first Batman, but just the Tim Burton, the two Batman movies, Batman and Batman Returns, and then the Christian Bale Batman trilogy, right? So in general, I'm going to lump them all together. I'm not going to do one at a time. That's too much. So that is the premise or the idea of the episode today. And we're going to kick it off. We're going to keep score. Question number one, if it goes to Burton, we'll add it up and we'll see which one gets the point, if you will. And at the end, we'll do sort of if we have a tie, hopefully we don't, but if we have a tie, I have a tiebreaker question that we can use to break it. But yeah, we'll keep track and we'll see who wins, see if you guys agree with this. So, first category, first question, which movie had the better intro, better introduction? And I mean, when I say better introduction, it could be either the introduction of the movie at the very, very beginning or the introduction to Batman himself.
All right. Am I going first? You
Yes, you
always
can go
make me.
first. We'll kind
Okay.
of go back and forth, really.
All right. Well, I'm fairly certain the introduction of the Batman in the Nolan franchise, just him like it really was an introduction. It was very Batman year one. He was not
Right.
really wearing a cape. He jumped off a fire. So you got to go with Burton's Batman. I mean, that is so damn iconic
I would agree with
that
you on that one.
it is impossible. That's almost an unfair number one, but
But it's the question, man, right? I
it's the
mean, which
question,
one? But
hands
yes, yeah.
down.
I mean, right. So oh my God, the newer Batmans. Why can't I think of the director's name? I'm drawing a complete blank.
Christopher Nolan.
Thank you, God. The Nolan Batmans, right? I mean, the first movie is basically an introduction versus in the Tim Burton
Yes.
Batman, their first 5 minutes is the introduction, right? So there's a
Yeah, and
big
he's been
difference.
around, and this is just, you're meeting him as a punk. They try to make Christian Bale look like a punk kid. His hair was a little long.
And
He's
then
like, I
and
can't
then
stay
Katie
here,
Holmes
Rachel.
slaps him for wanting to
I
shoot
can't stay here,
Phil.
Rachel. I'm gonna go. I'm
It
gonna
was
do
the
something that only someone who's filthy rich can do. I'm
I
gonna go fly somewhere and discover myself.
I just realized that the Nolan Batmans are sort of the emo bridge between Burton and the Robert Pattinson Batmans. It's like
Which, if you haven't seen, it is really good.
I've heard that. I want to see
It
it. I haven't seen
really
it.
is good.
Shame on me. I know it's on my list. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. I think and to be clear, everybody out there listening, this is none of this discussion today is meant to say that one is bad and one is good, or we like one and we don't like the other one. This is just completely arbitrary. Let's have a fun contest, right? I still love Nolan's Batman movies as much as I like the Burton ones, but I'd have to give it up personally, completely subjective. Give it to the Tim Burton one. Right off the bat, you're hit. You 5 minutes in, you're like, I know what Gotham City looks like. I know the music. I know who Batman is. I love it.
But just so everyone knows, Matt's favorite Batman is the Schumacher. So
It's
it
the
didn't
nipples.
really, for him, it
It's
didn't
the
really
nipples on the bat suit.
coalesce until the nipples and the cod pieces were there. That's when
I
it became Batman.
I still see you.
Yeah.
Chill
By the
out.
way, Adam West's nipples on that suit, those were his. So,
All
he
right.
didn't need any rubber nipples.
So first question goes to Tim Burton. All right. So question number two is which movie, and again, this is a little
It's
bit of
not
it's a
it
little bit
no,
of
it's
open-ended.
objective.
Even the question itself is a little open to interpretation. Which movies have the better Batman? However you want to interpret that question.
Oh, damn. That's hard. I really
That's what she said.
love Michael Keaton. I really, and I caught that. I caught that. That's what she said. I really love Michael Keaton. I
That's what
just,
she said too.
yes.
Keep going, keep going.
Uh, God, this is difficult for me. But cause I'm going down like I love the way Bale fought. I thought that was cooler. I like the
Yeah.
whole like it was more. I don't know. It was more fluid. It just looked like someone who actually trained as opposed to someone like honestly, if you see
Uh,
Michael Keaton, love him. He doesn't look like he
I
can hold
mean,
his
to
own in a
be
fight.
fair, in the alley scene in the first Batman, where the guy jumps over the fence and he has the twin swords and they start fighting, or up even
Yeah,
up top. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what their degree, what belt they are, if you will, right? But he has
they were
some fighting
green.
ability. He's not just throwing random haymakers.
They were green belts. That was a deleted scene. They showed them. It was their give me my highest degree black belt or
Third
karate.
level, third
Oh,
level,
I'm
third
green,
degree.
sir. All right.
Oh shit!
Um,
Don't mess with him.
God damn it. Ah, this is why I hate going first.
All right, I'll go first on the next question.
Okay, so Keaton is my Batman, but
Me too.
I think the Bale Batman is just I like the fighting, I like the costume. It doesn't have the yellow bat symbol, but we're not talking about best costume.
Right, right. Agree. Which is
Um,
a separate question that's coming up later. So don't answer that
so
now.
I'm gonna give that to Nolan. Ugh, I'm gonna hate myself afterwards, but I'm gonna give it to Nolan.
You're gonna give it to Nolan, huh? I know we might not have a consensus on this one. I like them both. Again, I don't know. I'm trying not to be just a nostalgic fanboy for the first one, but
Right? That's the hard part is getting
uh,
through the nostalgia factor.
I, they're both dark. I mean, it's hard to say one's dark and one's not, right? I mean, but I don't know. Admitting I'm partially being nostalgic and subjective, I'm gonna give it to Burton on this one. I don't know.
I mean, what we can do for the scoring is the
Yeah,
first one
half a
was
point. Let's
two.
split that
Or
one.
no,
Yeah.
or you could do it. We each get a point. So right,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
the first one
Okay.
was two. This one
Okay.
that's now three to Burton,
Yep.
one to Nolan.
Yep. I like that. I like that. I'll give
It
two
works the same
points.
as halves.
2 points to Burton. Burton 1 point, and Bale. I'm sorry, Nolan. Burton and Bale. Christian Bale did not direct it. Yeah, 1 point for Nolan. Okay, fine. All right, so I will answer this question first. I'll give you a break here. Better Alfred. Again,
Ah,
however you want to answer that, if you want to go, so all right, so I'll just start talking, right? If you want to go the actor, right, the more esteemed actor, right, Sir Michael Caine, I think he is, right? Sir Michael Caine is, Michael Caine. I don't even know if he's Sir, but Michael Caine is obviously the more known, right, and famous actor, bigger career than Mr. Go.
yeah. I mean, he was in Austin Powers Gold member, so yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna have to give this one to Michael Caine. I think believe their relationship much more. He has some kind of personality. You believe the connection and how he felt connected to his parents, right? Alfred, and I mean, and to be fair, he gets a very, very, very limited amount of screen time in Batman and Batman Returns, but he's just kind of there. I mean, he tells the one story about how, Bruce Wayne fell off the horse when he was a kid, but other than that, he's just kind of there to tell him, hey, you should let Miss Vale know you're Batman. And I don't know, he's kind of it sounds
You've
silly
been
because it's a
together for
cartoon.
24 hours. You
He's a
probably should tell her your
cartoon.
deepest, darkest
you
secret.
you had a one night stand and you just met her yesterday, but you should probably tell her what you don't want anybody to know. I don't know. He's more of a cartoon character in a
We're
cartoon
we're in
movie.
agreement. It's Kane. I mean, even with the crying, tearful never that he delivers. But yes, I mean, it's very difficult to go with Michael Caine to go up against someone like Michael Caine just because, like you said, his acting chops are just. I
And you
mean,
get to hear him say Burma, Burma when I was in
yes,
Burma.
but he's just. I mean, he very much is a grandfatherly figure
Yes, yes.
to
But you
Bruce
believe
the
it. You
entire
you
movie,
believe that
and
relationship is what I'm
you
saying.
believe
Yeah.
the relationship. He shows continued concern for the fact that he goes out there and beats the crap out of people. He's like, "Are you gonna
Yes.
do this forever?" kind of thing. He
Yes.
wants them to have a life. So yeah. There's definitely
You
more.
should subtract a point for not showing him the note from Rachel, but
Yeah, what the hell, man?
but no, I yeah,
He was
I
doing it to
think
protect him.
here's the best way I can maybe summarize it. Alfred in the Burton ones feels like a checkbox. We have to have Alfred in this movie, and Alfred in the Nolan ones feels
He's a
again, he's
character.
not. Yeah, he's a character. He really inhabits the space. So I'll take another one for you, so you don't have to do two in a row. Uh, all right, next question. This is gonna be hard.
Oh,
Best director. And I want, yeah, we can talk about
ugh.
yeah, best director, career,
Are we
however you
talking
want to
like
attack it, however
cinematic?
you
Are
want,
we
however you
talking
want,
about?
however you
I
want.
mean, then I gotta go with Nolan. I mean, I love Tim Burton, but Tim Burton has a very, I mean, Nolan, I think overall, I mean, if we're just talking about directing, right? We're not talking about, I mean, are we talking about style?
I
The
would I would
weird
include
gothic dark.
visual style influence would probably
Uh,
be the two big ones for me.
um,
But there's no wrong answer. I mean, it's subjective, right?
yeah. I mean, I, and it's hard not to because when you talk about best director, it's hard to separate myself from their other work,
Right.
right? So, I'm thinking about things like Memento, not Memento. I think that was
Inception,
his brother. Inception. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Inception. Um, and phew,
gun to the head.
I mean, a gun to the head, I'm probably gonna go with Nolan over Tim Burton. I mean, I like Tim Burton as a director, but I don't think the two of them,
And again, yeah, no, that's fair. And like I said, it's not one sucks, one's great. It's just, you have to
one's
pick,
better
right?
than the other. Yeah, I'd
Um,
have to go with Nolan.
I am gonna stray from you on this one and go with Burton. Um, I'll make the argument, and again, maybe it's not fair, but I'd make the argument that the Nolan Batmans wouldn't even have a chance to exist without Burton. I think, but I'll put it this way: the
Yeah,
later half of Burton's career leaves a lot to be desired. But I honestly feel that the first, 10 years of Burton's career is one of the two things, one of the most influential directors in that era of his era. But somebody who had a complete unique style. You may, I mean, you probably knew, but if you came from another planet and never saw his movies, and you saw a couple movies, right, I should say, right, you would know immediately. You could see any movie by his that you maybe never saw before and know it's his movie,
I mean,
and
listen,
that's very unique.
I love Tim Burton. I'm gonna be snooty for a minute. They had an exhibit. Tim Burton had an exhibit at the Museum of Modern Art years ago, like maybe 15 years ago, 16 years ago, and I went with my wife and we went and saw that. So it was like you got to see the
Yep.
Catwoman costume, his drawings.
Was Michelle
Um,
Pfeiffer in it? Sadly
no,
not.
so unfortunately, there was
Sadly
a whole
not.
bunch of like, so there was like all this stuff from his career, both
Yeah.
just regular doodles as
Yep.
well as uh,
Even stop
pieces from
motion
the
stuff.
movies and stuff. So like I'm a big Tim Burton fan. I've seen many of his movies. Um, I just feel like if we're talking technical, maybe, and we're talking like scope and we're talking cinematically and
Yeah.
sweeping cameras and stuff like that. And I'm thinking in my mind, the scene in Batman Begins where the train is about to crash and he's Ra's al Ghul is like, you're not going to kill me, right? That's against your
Right.
code.
Right.
He's
Right.
like,
Right. Right. Right.
I don't have to save you either. And he just opens up the bat, his cape, and just sweeps
Yeah.
out there. And I'm like, that's just such a cool. I don't know.
No,
That's
no, I
why I
mean
went with Nolan.
we're allowed to
No, we're
not have the
not.
same
Damn
opinion.
it.
All right. So just for
Roasted.
essence of time, we're good. We split on that one. That's okay. I put best actors, male and female. I'm just gonna say best cast in any of them.
Uh, I mean, we've already talked about Michael Caine,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So if we go down the list, right? It's difficult to say. I mean, between Christian Bale and Michael Keaton, I'm just gonna call it a wash.
Okay.
Um, although probably
Vicky Vale,
Vicky Vale
Bassinger.
versus Kim Basinger versus Rachel Dawes, that's gonna go to Kim Basinger.
Okay.
Um, not Rachel. I mean, her name's not Rachel Dawes, but
Robert Wool.
and I think also Maggie Gyllenhaal versus Kim Basinger. That one's a little bit more difficult. I think
Yeah.
Maggie Gyllenhaal is a really great actress. We already said that best Alfred. I think Michael Caine is
Jack
a better
Nicholson,
actor.
man, is
Nicholson,
the goat in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, Nicholson. As much as I love some of the other villains in there, I think Heath Ledger did an amazing job. Since we're talking about more than just one, um, Baines was too cartoony for me, even though Hardy is a fantastic actor overall. Shit. Um,
Michelle Pfeiffer versus
Danny DeVito.
right.
Uh, God, I mean, I guess I'd have to go with Burton.
I'm gonna go with Burton too on this one, honestly. Again, doesn't mean one is bad.
It
It's
might be
just subjective.
it might be nostalgia, but I just as I'm going down the list in my head, as much as I love the other actors, um, from the Nolan one. Oh, and I
Christopher
just realized the
Walken.
Alfred
Christopher Walken.
the Commissioner but the Commissioner Gordon the Nolan one. That's what's his
Oh
face?
my God. Yeah, from oh my
Gary
God.
Oldman. I
Thank
mean,
you.
so
Thank you.
now I'm like, okay, Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, Christian Bale, Heath Ledger. I mean, do all those get usurped because of Jack Nicholson
I think so.
and his best friend?
I'll say Gary Oldman is the only actor. Well,
Oh,
Gary Oldman and Michael
now
Caine are
I'm
probably the
second
only two
guessing.
even close to Jack Nicholson as far as being on GOAT level status. The rest, no.
Oh,
You can't second guess. It's already written down. I wrote it.
God damn it.
All right. All right. We'll move on. I'll say if we have to revisit, we will, but I'm gonna
I'm
say we'll
angry at
go with Burn.
myself.
Best soundtrack. I'm gonna go first and just say it. In my subjective opinion, no contest, Danny Elfman. This feels like a 2 second question. I'm gonna say Danny Elfman, period, and just end it on my end. I'm not gonna say anything else. Danny Elfman is a, and I use this word in the sincerest way I can use it. Danny Elfman is a musical genius, who has an immediately recognizable style and has influenced everybody who came after him. And I just think he's phenomenal in every way. And I'm just gonna give it to Danny Elfman.
Yeah,
Feel
as
free to
much as
disagree.
I love, I thought the music from the Nolan Batman was great. Um, the Danny Elfman Batman theme
Yeah,
has
yeah,
become his theme, just like John Williams' Superman theme is
yeah.
Superman's theme, no matter what movie you're in, unless you're the Zack Snyder Bros. And it's,
Well,
but
even right now, I know Hans Zimmer, right? Hans Zimmer did, he's a very famous composer too, but Hans Zimmer did the Nolan Batman. But I genuinely, and I
but
have
it's still not
I'm a
Batman's
musician and I
theme.
have a very good memory for music. I can hear it and even know the notes in my head. I can't think of one theme from Nolan's Batman in my head right now. I can't think of
No,
any oh, I can't hum it. I can't hum it. I can't think of it.
and maybe middle age is part of the name of the podcast. Maybe it's because of maybe for younger generation they can tell you, the 20 and 30 year olds can be like, oh no, the
Yeah.
Nolan
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But for I'm gonna have to go. It's the again quintessential. That's Batman's theme.
Agreed.
Period.
Agreed. No, I
So
agree. I think
it
that's
has to go to
a
Burton.
clean unanimous decision on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. Very, very subjective. Best rewatch or yeah, best I would say replay. That's not a video game. Best rewatch value. One that you can watch, hey, I'm gonna watch I get to watch this one 20 times and I get sick of it versus I can tell you read about it. I'll go first on this one. I think I can watch Batman Begins and maybe even The Dark Knight, but I've never had the urge to rewatch. Oh my God, what's the third one? Dark Knight Rises.
Rises. Yeah.
I'm not. That's not saying it's bad. I've just never been like, oh, I want to watch that again. Does never strikes me.
Uh, I mean, it might be unfair how many, again, the age, how many times I've seen Batman since it came out in 1989 compared to the
Yeah.
Nolan movies. But if you told me right now, hey, do you want to watch, Batman Returns of the Dark Knight? I'd probably watch Batman Returns just because it's,
No, I think that's the question. That's the way you got to
because Christopher
phrase it to yourself.
Walken is in it,
N-
and
take me, not Chip.
I'm the one you want.
It's not like you can
Take
just kill
me.
me. Actually,
Yeah, it's
it's
a
a light
lot
like
like
that.
that.
Take me,
So,
please. Don't take Chip. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Burton on this one. Some of that maybe because I was 8 when it came out versus like
yeah.
22. But if you told me right now, hey, you have to watch a Batman movie, once a week for the next year, you have to pick which one. I'd go with Burton. I think that's the way to answer the question, right?
Oh,
So,
the same one every week.
yeah, yeah, for a year. Afterwards, you can switch back, but you had to pick one just for at
Or
least a year. And
yeah, I
you're
guess
come on, you're gonna go with Burton on this one. I know
yeah,
you
I'd
are,
have
and
to.
you are too. All
I
right,
have to.
best Batmobile. I feel like this is not even
I mean, do I have to really say anything?
no.
It's the Burton Batmobile.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, I agree 100% Burton. I mean, that is an iconic design. It's perfect. I mean, it's one of the best things about the movie, honestly. But Burton all the way is the short answer. But yeah, I mean, I get what they were trying to do with the Nolan ones. Like, hey, it's like a modified Hummer and make it look a little more like, because the thing what they were trying to do is make him look a little more real. Like he bought his bat darts, whatever you want to call them, from
Yeah,
China. He bought the mask, right? They're trying to make it look like he didn't just magically have all this stuff. But and it works. It's fine. It works in the context of that movie. But as far as the one that people remember and the one they see and like, oh my God, that's it. It's definitely Burton, in my opinion.
I'm also going to be potentially controversial and say
Please.
I also think not only is the Burton one better, but the Nolan Batmobile isn't even number two. I think
Oh wow, I
that
know where you're going with this, but yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm not. I don't know if you do.
I do. Can I guess? Can I
The
guess?
Pattinson Batmobile
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say
is the
the animated
Batmobile
series
from.
Batmobile.
Well, no, that would be number one. The Pattinson Batmobile is styled after the early Batman Year One, where it's just like a souped up kind of car with like a cool like it's that's pretty cool. I mean,
Okay. No, I think
um,
that's yeah, but I don't think you got to give it to Burton on this one.
yes,
All
yeah.
right,
Since we're not
here's
talking
where we
about the
make
Adam
it
West
really
one,
crazy. Best villains.
um, so obviously Joker Nicholson but
It could be two things. Let me add here. It could be just the general appearance of the villain in the movie, right? Whoever just had the better ones to even show up in the movies, but also who played them better, right? So like, he didn't have. Well, yeah. What do you know? I'm getting at,
as
right?
much as I love Nicholson's Joker, at no point were you actually at the characters. I
Hmm.
couldn't understand why people were actually afraid of him. But the Heath Ledger Joker was so deranged and twisted
Yes,
that I'm going to remove the nostalgia factor and I'm going to say that Heath Ledger's Joker, I think, is really cool.
I would agree
And
with you on that one.
I think I like him a little bit more than the gangster Joker. The with the knife and throwing people out the windows and the whole why
Yeah,
so serious and the whole uh
I mean, Batman
when he
Begins doesn't really even
snaps the
have a.
when he
Uh,
snaps the pool cue in half and he's like, we have room for
I
great
mean,
expression.
tryouts.
When he
Make
pops the
it
pencil in the
quick.
guy's eye
Yeah.
and he's like,
Ta-da!
ta-da! Um,
Make this
so
pencil disappear.
I'm gonna give it to Nolan. As much as that seems
Yeah,
crazy, but I'm gonna give it to Nolan because I think it was Penguin scary.
he was
He
pretty
was
deranged.
deranged.
He was
I mean,
pretty.
it could be worse, right? My nose could be gushing blood. I think,
uh,
unfortunately, and
didn't
I'm
he
going to
try to
shut up so
kidnap
you
a
can
bunch of
talk.
kids at the
I,
end?
I think the Burton one, yeah, that too. But I think the Burton ones today seem a little bit more cartoony
Yeah,
compared to
yeah,
the more
yeah.
grounded villains in Nolan. So I'm going to give that one to Nolan.
I guess it depends on are you talking about are you talking about grounded or how much fun they were? I mean, again, there's no right or wrong answer, right? I think the ones in Burton were more fun. I mean, I
Yes.
enjoyed Nicholson more. He chewed the scenery, but I never was scared of him. I think when I was a kid, when he killed out the buzzer, that scared me, but that was about
Yeah.
it. But I think if I'm talking about pure, hey, I believe in the menace of this character, I think it goes to Heath Ledger in that side.
And Bane, even with the stupid voice, that
Yeah,
scene when they're fighting in the
I'll give it
sewer
to
and he just
Nolan.
beats the crap out of him and
Batman,
breaks his back.
Batman. I can't do his voice at all. I've been trying
I
for
can.
10 years to do it. You're gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
All
do it.
right.
I'm gonna cover my mouth because I have
Go
to do
ahead.
that.
Go ahead. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Uh, you merely adopted the duck. I was born into it. Hopefully that comes in well. I did have to cover my mouth for that.
Oh my God, that was perfect. You should do a whole podcast with that voice.
I'm gonna I'm
Okay.
gonna order food at a drive-through like that. I'll have the Big Mac.
All right. I think this is another very quick question that might not take more than a couple of seconds, but we can expand on it just to have fun. Best Gotham City.
The one that R. Kelly sang about.
What?
That's
I don't get the reference at
I don't
all.
get the reference.
No, maybe
In
explain it
the
later.
in the I think it was either Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. R. Kelly had a song called Gotham
Did
City.
he?
Now, R.
Did
Kelly,
he?
currently
Then it was
prisoner number 5732697.
I
Um,
owned the soundtrack for Batman Forever and it wasn't on there, I don't
it's the
believe.
most ridiculous thing. He sings about it
So
like it's
it's
the
gotta
okay.
be.
So I'll answer. It's Burton. But You should look that up. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Don't listen to R. Kelly's Gotham City because we don't want to give him
We don't
any
want to give him
money because
royalties.
he's a piece of garbage. If you own the
You
soundtrack
you
that
can call
has
him a
it,
piece of shit if you want. It's
go
all right.
for it.
I put
He's a
I
piece of
marked
shit.
this as
Okay.
explicit. It's fine. R.
Yeah,
Kelly is a piece
he's a
of shit.
piece of shit. He's a
Uh,
piece of shit, and he deserves to rot in jail. But that being said, that song
yes.
is ridiculous, and Tim Burton has the better Gotham City because
So
Pittsburgh just doesn't feel like Gotham.
yeah. I mean, again, it's kind of a comparison with the Batmobile, right? They tried to make a realistic Batmobile. They tried to make a realistic Gotham City. I think it was Chicago. Actually, I know for a fact one of the buildings wasn't actually the bank that they robbed in the very, very beginning of The Dark Knight was in the bank, at least was in Chicago. I know that because I went to Chicago for vacation. We took a river cruise, and as we're on the cruise, like, hey, this is that building, this is that building, right? That's the post office. They said this building, that's the one from the beginning.
But
Not the whole.
a lot of the movie did the bridges, the three bridges.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah,
bridges in Pittsburgh. I believe that there was it was Heinz Field in Batman Rises that they
yep,
blew up.
yep.
But
But
yeah, still it's
it's
Burton.
just yeah, it's just the Nolan ones are just generic U.S. cities. I mean, maybe that's their point, but there's nothing unique about in as far in the context of the movie, there's nothing unique about them. It's yeah, the
Ton
Burton
of
ones all the
character.
way.
They
I
That's just
was
Gotham.
not happy that they redid Gotham City for Batman Returns, but whatever. I still think it's Burton.
Gotham City.
Sex in the closet. All right, 2 points for Burton on that one. All right, here's another
Stuck
one.
in prison. Um,
Best costume.
I mean Burton.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean the ba- I am a I'm gonna use what the kids call I'm a simp for the yellow. Uh,
One does
so
want a hint of color.
I guess yes, one does want a
You
hint of
thought
color.
you were going to go a week without a birdcage reference. One
No,
does want a
uh,
hint of color. What about that?
uh,
Please?
that's very yes. So one does want a hint of color. I again the Batman costume. I like maybe I like I like the Nolan Batman costume. It was grounded. It was realistic. It was climbing gear and shit like that. It was a electric nodes on your fingertip.
And it
But
gave
I
us
mean,
Luscious Fox.
I don't think it's luscious.
I'm going to call him Luscious. I don't
Luscious,
want to call him Lucius. I like Luscious.
luscious. I,
Luscious sounds better than Lucius.
I mean, Morgan
Listen,
Freeman is a handsome
don't
man.
shame me for my tastes. He's
Morgan
Luscious.
Freeman's a handsome man. You go for that.
He's Luscious
But
Fox. You want to call him Lucius? That's on you. I call him Luscious Fox.
yeah, I wish there was a luscious fox. I'm still gonna go with the hint of color, with the Burton Batman
I mean,
costume,
they're pretty similar. I mean, I'm not gonna do like
even though it doesn't have a neck.
I'm not gonna go oh my. I think that's one of my favorite things about the Michael Keaton one is when he wants to look at something, he has to turn his whole upper
Yeah,
part of his torso.
it's like those of us in our 40s if we sleep funny.
Yes,
I
he's.
always say that. My wife doesn't get it. I'm like, oh, I'm turning my neck like Batman. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, come on.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Was there anything different about like the jaw? Their jaws were covered in both, right? You only saw their mouth in both. Right? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can look it up, but I don't believe there was anything. Right? They're not showing his chin or anything like that, right? It was just their mouth in both of them, right?
Uh, I thought both of them. The Nolan
I have to look
face
real
mask, I
quick.
think, was a little bit smaller.
Yeah. I
It's a
was
little bit
wrong. Yeah,
smaller.
yeah. It didn't cover as much.
I
Yeah,
I was disappointed that neither of them showed the
you can
fact
see
that they
his
wore
chin.
eye makeup because they both had blacked out eyes, but at no point did you see the eye makeup.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, in the Pattinson Batman, you actually see the fact that he blackens his
he
eyes, and when he
blackens his
takes
eyes
off
out.
his mask, he has like raccoon eyes, like the
Now we're
the
going
ladies
into
would
like
know.
Crow territory, which is another movie I actually want to do at one point. Yeah, no, they both had their chin visibly exposed, so I guess it's not. I think they only really changed the chest armor between Batman Begins and Batman Returns. But yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's the same costume. Actually, his belt was yellow too, or
Yep.
silver, or gold, whatever you want to call it, in the Keaton one. But yeah, I don't know. I like the color. Yes, we're gonna start towards the wrap up here. Okay, only two more questions left here, which I don't think we're gonna need our tiebreaker. So I'll say probably one more question. Biggest cultural impact, whether on you, well, actually both. It could be you and or the world, cinematic world, and the world in general at large.
I mean, is there really any question with this?
For us, or
Honestly, I'm gonna since we have a little bit of time,
yeah,
I'm gonna take it from the other angle. What cultural impact can you think of the Nolan movies had? What, other than maybe, Snyder bringing him in for his depressing, murdering Man of Steel, um, what other, no
I,
one goes, oh, I want a Nolan-esque fill in the blank superhero.
I
And
mean, the
for a
one
time they
thing
did, but
I'll say this with the caveat of I haven't seen every comic book. I mean, it's not whatever.
and
I
I've
haven't seen
seen
every
so
comic book they
many.
ever made, but I think, and I'll let you keep me honest on this one. I think he was at least responsible for the, hey, we're gonna do really dark, right? I know Burton kind of kicked it off like cartoony to like somewhat dark. He kind of made
Yeah.
that the quote gritty, right? The joke that we always made, right?
Yeah, the
I mean, that might be the influence, but I don't know. I don't want to shortchange it, but outside of that, I don't really think so, right?
and I mean you do have a large uh group of sweaty, huddled masses who are a big fan of that gritty. You can tell I'm not on the Snyder Bro
Yeah, yeah,
side
yeah,
of this, and I'm proudly not on the
yeah.
Snyder Bro. I hated Man of Steel, and we can talk about how much I hated that shit any day of the week. But to my point, um, I don't think the Nolan movies, and I have seen a lot of superhero movies. I don't think the Nolan gritty, dark, realistic superhero flick had a lasting impact on superhero movies. There was a bunch of them. It was the DCEU. It did so poorly that it does not exist anymore. Um, so
And
I'm
I
gonna
think
say,
to be fair, yeah, you're gonna say Nolan,
and
right?
I had a, and also with the Burton ones, it was one of those movies where they showed you that you can make these. Now, obviously, the Burton ones disappeared for a bit because the Schumacher came, and that was shit. Um,
I like how you phrased it as the Schumacher.
the Schumacher Batman,
I know
yeah,
what you meant, but it just sounded
yeah.
like the arthritis.
The diabetes, the
Yeah,
diabetes. No, wait, diabetes. Whew,
diabetes. Yeah, come on.
had a malfunction. So I would say the bigger cultural impact was the the Burton Batman. Back then, I remember there were posters and T-shirts. It was They called it Batmania, if you
Yeah,
recall. There was
people were
no
getting the emblem shaved into their heads.
yes. If I wasn't bald, I would do it right now. Um, I'll shave it into my chest.
You,
So that'd be
you might be
great
able
for
to do it in the
summer.
back of your head, but yeah.
That won't embarrass my children. So that's
Yeah,
perfect.
I don't
And I
I'm
got
gonna
to
have
go
to
Burton
agree with you on that. I think Tim Burton is the winner on this one.
because the DCEU was shit, and it was directly, I think, because Nolan, I believe, maybe executive producer or not coordinator, like he was there. He did consultation stuff, like he was involved in
Yeah.
Man of Steel and all that other stuff. So it was his, maybe he helped with the direction of stuff, but not every and also I'll take it there is a place for dark and gritty. The problem is that it only works for certain characters.
Right, 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 right.
So again, I'm going to throw it out there. The Pattinson Batman is dark. It's dirty because Batman lives in the dark and dirty. That gritty, realistic shit that Nolan introduced, which works,
Yeah.
cannot be adopted by too many heroes. You can make the argument some of them can do it, but you wouldn't want a dark and gritty Spider-Man. It makes no fucking sense. You don't want a dark and gritty Superman. Um, you don't want a
Yeah.
dark and gritty Fantastic Four because you have
There,
someone who
there's
can
a
literally stretch their arm and grab toilet
there's a
paper from down the
line, right? I
hall.
mean, you need some because of the because of the implication, right? You need some of that going on, right? But yeah, yeah, there's a
It's a
line where it's
time
too
and
far.
place.
Yes, yeah, it
Like you
can't
want
go
to be
too
like,
far.
oh, give me a dark and gritty Wolverine. That makes
There has to be
sense.
stakes, right? There has to be
Punisher, dark and gritty
stakes
Punisher, like
to
that
what's
shit
going
made like
on, and you have
like
to
it.
believe the
Yes,
stakes.
yes.
But
I can talk about this all day, like Daredevil on Disney Plus or Punisher on Disney Plus. Those make sense for the dark, grounded, realistic,
can
if you want to call it Nolan-esque.
can we do an episode on the Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
100%. I
Have you seen
actually
it?
was trying to look for it. I have seen bits and pieces of
Oh
it
my God.
because it was used to be on like Channel 9 for those of you in the metro in the tri-state area. They'd
it
play it like on
might
Sunday or at
just
9
I
o'clock.
haven't seen that movie since it was on Showtime in the 90s. So it might just be bad. I don't know if
Louis
it I don't,
Gossett Jr.
Iron Eagle. Yeah, maybe we should do the Punisher. That might be a fun one to do.
In conclusion,
In
I think
conclusion,
Burton had the bigger cultural
yeah,
impact that
I would
Batman.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Yeah, I don't
And
think
I
there's
think
much of a
Burton,
debate
I don't
here.
even have to look at the tally. I'm fairly certain Burton probably won by a
Yeah,
landslide.
so so we can look at the do you want to guess what the point total is? Just guess. There's no, I know what it is. I have it totaled up here, but
I don't know, like
it was a
uh
landslide.
24 to 10 or something like that.
Burton ended up with 18 total points, and
Oh,
Christopher Nolan ended up with a
uh,
pathetic 6 points.
disgusting. You should hang your head in shame, sir. Please hire me if you want. I will do anything.
You will
But
do the script supervision,
I
maybe the
will,
boom mic key grip.
yeah, I have to
Uh,
Google what that is again. But yes.
Boy, man in bar one. Yeah. So, folks, Burton wiped the floor with Christopher Nolan. I thought it might be a little closer, but I didn't have any scenario in my head where Burton was going to lose this one. So, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, I think the tiebreaker question was going to be what is our personal favorite, but I think it's pretty evident at this one which ones our
Yeah.
personal
I,
favorites are.
yeah. I mean, and again, I know you've said it ad nauseum. I'll say it too. I enjoy the Nolan movies. I'd go upstairs and watch one right now because I do this in my basement.
Not your home
eh,
studio,
in my home, yeah, my home studio with my exposed ceiling. And I would,
your
no, I like the
your
Nolan
sewer
movies.
line running in your backyard, in
Yeah.
your background.
Yeah, I can hear the water if someone
Yeah.
were to flush. But
Uh,
that being said, I enjoyed them both. I just, again, maybe because I'm in my 40s, that was my childhood,
Agreed.
and I
No,
think it when someone wants to make a Batman movie, they go, okay, and they'll look at source material, and I
yeah,
think that's one of the
yeah.
ones that they use as a foundation. I think the same thing works for
Forget
Superman. If
Batman.
you
I
see the
think
new
I think
Superman
they've
movie,
used Batman Burton as the blueprint for other superhero movies too, not just
probably, yeah.
Batman.
Yeah. But I'm
Um,
just like I think about it like in the same way like the new Superman with James Gunn, which I loved very much, and I would recommend that to anyone very much. It didn't rely heavily on the John Williams, but it looked at the John Williams and said, okay, what did that do right?
right, right,
Maybe
right.
like the hopeful nature of it, the
Well, that one I
because
can't
that's
speak for because
Superman.
I haven't
But
seen it, so I have to watch the new Batman, which I know, shame on
I've
me.
watched so many superhero movies that
Yes,
Matt
I
likes
know.
to make fun of me for because he thinks I don't watch anything else but that, which isn't true. But
I got you
I
to watch
do,
Roadhouse. I'm happy. I'm content for a while. Maybe not
yeah,
forever, but I got you to
yeah.
watch Roadhouse. All
I
right,
mean,
we're
I knew
gonna.
someone who didn't never saw Goonies, and I had to yell at her like every month for maybe 12 years to watch it. I still don't
How
think
can
she's
you
seen it.
do this, Karen? All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. We only got a minute left. Yeah, so thanks everybody for listening. As always, the same comment, right? We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and hopefully you enjoyed our new Versus episode here. And
Yeah, we
as
definitely have
usual,
to do more of these.
yeah, this was fun. I think it was good. A little mix up, and I didn't have to
Let us
prepare
know if you
anything either.
liked it. Make a comment. Do you like the verses? Do you like the top five? Do you like it just picking one movie and just picking it apart? Do you want to hear more music?
Any,
Do you
yeah,
want to hear more
any.
video games? Say
We
something.
welcome any and all comments. Please feel free. Keep listening,
Maybe
and
not
yeah,
all comments.
we.
Maybe
You
not
know,
all.
please, I'll just engage. All right. On that note, we will see you all next week, and thanks again for listening, everybody.
Good journey, everyone.
Good journey indeed, sir.